20 places Google Maps tried to hide from you. Have you ever imagined what secrets lie hidden in plain sight on our planet? For decades, we've relied on maps to navigate our world, trusting they show us everything. But what if I told you that some of the most fascinating places on Earth have been deliberately blurred, pixelated, or completely removed from Google Maps? From military installations hiding cutting-edge technology to entire islands that governments don't want you to see, these locations exist in a digital blind spot. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 20 incredible places that someone decided you shouldn't be able to explore from your screen. We'll uncover secret government facilities, mysterious zones that spark conspiracy theories, and places so sensitive that even satellite imagery gets censored. Join us as we reveal 20 places Google Maps tried to hide from you. Number 1. The city that doesn't exist. What if I told you there's an entire Russian city that was classified for over 40 years? It's called Seversk, and until 1992, this place didn't officially exist on any map. Located in Siberia, this closed city was home to nuclear facilities producing weapons-grade plutonium during the Cold War. Even today, with a population of 108,000 people, you won't find clear satellite images on Google Maps. The entire area remains heavily blurred. In fact, it's one of 42 closed cities that still exist in Russia, where entry requires special government permission. The facilities here produce material for over 125 nuclear warheads during the Soviet era. For the 108,000 people who call this place home, leaving requires documentation, and visitors are virtually impossible unless you're cleared by federal authorities. Look at the satellite view, and you'll see nothing but pixelated blocks where an entire city should be. Number 2. The mysterious Dutch royal retreat. How in the world did an entire royal palace get erased from one of the most mapped countries on Earth? Back in the early days of Google Earth, users noticed something strange about Huis ten Bosch Palace in the Netherlands. It was completely blurred out. This 17th century palace, home to the Dutch royal family since 1981, spans 62 acres of gardens and historic buildings in The Hague. What makes this even more interesting is that the Netherlands is one of the most transparent countries in the world, yet this 145-room palace was deemed too sensitive for public viewing. The palace, built between 1645 and 1647, houses King Willem-Alexander and his family. Despite the blurring eventually being removed, for years it stood as a glaring blank spot in one of Europe's smallest countries. Number 3. HAARP, the weather control conspiracy. What's this massive antenna array doing in the Alaskan wilderness? For years, the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HAARP, was heavily pixelated on Google Maps, fueling conspiracy theories about government weather control. Located in Gakona, Alaska, this facility covers 33 acres and features 180 antennas, each 72 feet tall. In fact, HAARP's primary mission is studying the ionosphere for communications purposes. The facility can transmit 3.6 megawatts of radio frequency power into the atmosphere. But here's the thing. The secrecy surrounding the facility for decades only amplified wild theories about earthquake generation and weather warfare. Even after declassification in 2015, the imagery remained restricted for years. Would you trust a government facility that spent decades hiding behind pixelated satellite images? Number 4. North Korea's prison camp network. What if I told you that an area larger than Washington, D.C. is dedicated entirely to prison camps? Camp 25, also known as Chongjin, is one of North Korea's most notorious political prison camps, holding an estimated 5,000 prisoners. Located in the northeastern part of the country, this facility spans approximately 155 square miles of harsh terrain. In fact, satellite imagery of North Korean prison camps has been strategically limited on multiple mapping platforms. Human rights organizations estimate that North Korea operates 6 major camps, holding between 80,000 and 120,000 prisoners. For the thousands imprisoned here, entire families are punished for one member's alleged crime, 3 generations imprisoned for one person's actions. Look at the available imagery and you'll see heavily pixelated areas where prisoner barracks should be visible. Number 5. Taiwan's Missile Command Center. How in the world did a major military installation in one of the world's most scrutinized regions stay hidden? Back in 2008, observers noticed that a significant portion of Taipei was heavily blurred on Google Maps. It's called the Hengshan Military Command Center, and this underground facility serves as Taiwan's wartime command headquarters. Built directly into Hengshan Mountain, the facility, constructed during the 1960s, extends over 1,740 feet into solid rock and can withstand direct nuclear strikes. It houses Taiwan's top military leadership and can accommodate hundreds of personnel during wartime. What's more, the complex includes multiple blast doors missiles weighing several tons each. The blurring covered approximately 6 square miles of central Taipei. For a city of 2.6 million people, having your command center hidden while appearing as a blur on maps is quite an achievement. If you're shocked by these hidden places, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're just getting started, and what's coming next will blow your mind even more. Number 6. French military's nuclear secret. What's this massive complex doing in the heart of the French countryside? The Marcoule nuclear site, located in southern France, is a plutonium reprocessing facility that has been partially obscured on Google Maps for years. This facility covers 342 acres and has been producing nuclear materials since 1956, making it one of the oldest operational nuclear sites in Europe. In fact, Marcoule processes spent nuclear fuel and has produced materials for France's nuclear weapons program. The site employs over 5,000 workers and processes approximately 1,700 tons of spent fuel annually. Despite being in a democratic nation, the level of security and censorship rivals that of authoritarian states. While surrounding areas show farms and villages in crystal clarity, the nuclear site remains strategically degraded. Number 7. Israel's nuclear enigma. What if I told you there's a nuclear facility that Israel has never officially acknowledged, yet everyone knows exists? The Negev Nuclear Research Center near Dimona has been blurred on Google Maps for decades. This facility, covering approximately 2.5 square miles in the Negev desert, is believed to house Israel's nuclear weapons program. In fact, Western intelligence estimates that Israel possesses between 80 and 400 nuclear warheads, all produced from materials processed at this site. The facility was built between 1958 and 1967 with French assistance. What makes this even more extraordinary is that Israel maintains a policy of nuclear ambiguity, neither confirming nor denying possession of nuclear weapons. Look at the satellite imagery, and you'll see pixelation so heavy that individual buildings are completely indistinguishable. Number 8. Russia's spacecraft graveyard. How in the world did an entire Russian city dedicated to space rockets stay hidden? Back in 1957, when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the launch site was classified top secret. It's called Baikonur Cosmodrome, located near Churatam in Kazakhstan, covering an astounding 2,593 square miles, larger than Delaware. This spaceport has launched over 2,500 spacecraft since its construction, including Yuri Gagarin's historic first human spaceflight in 1961. In fact, it's still the world's largest operational space launch facility. Despite Kazakhstan's independence in 1991, Russia leases the facility for $115 million annually until 2050. For the 70,000 people living in the nearby city, built to support the Cosmodrome, their entire existence revolves around launches that were once hidden from the world. Number 9. Pakistan's nuclear heartland. Have you ever imagined an entire city dedicated to nuclear weapons research? Back in 1976, Pakistan began construction on the Kahuta Research Laboratories in the Rawalpindi district. This facility, covering approximately 2.8 square miles, serves as Pakistan's primary nuclear weapons development center. It's named after scientist Abdul Qadir Khan, considered the father of Pakistan's nuclear weapons program. In fact, Western intelligence estimates that Kahuta has produced enough highly enriched uranium for over 100 nuclear warheads. The facility employs thousands of scientists and engineers. What's more, the entire area is a designated no-fly zone for civilian aircraft. Despite being just 15 miles from Islamabad, a city of over 1 million residents, the facility remains heavily blurred on Google Maps. Number 10. The American Doomsday Hub. Have you ever imagined a facility designed to survive nuclear war? Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, located in Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains, serves as a continuity of government site during catastrophic events. This underground facility, buried 600 feet inside solid granite, spans several acres and can house hundreds of essential personnel. Built in the late 1950s during Cold War nuclear fears, Mount Weather includes underground living quarters, cafeterias, water reservoirs, and communication systems designed to function independently for months. In fact, the facility was activated on September 11, 2001, when senior officials were evacuated there. Despite being located just 48 miles from Washington, D.C., the facility's exact layout remains classified. For decades, the surface area was heavily blurred on Google Maps. Which of these censored locations shocked you the most? Drop your answer in the comments below and smash that like button if you want to see more hidden secrets. Number 11. The Turkish military fortress. What if I told you that one of NATO's most strategic bases has been digitally erased? Incirlik Air Base in Turkey, just 15 miles miles from the Syrian border, hosts approximately 5,000 American military personnel. This facility covers 857 acres and has been operational since 1954. In fact, Incirlik stores an estimated 50 B-61 nuclear gravity bombs, one of the largest nuclear weapons stockpiles outside the United States. The base includes a 10,000-foot runway capable of handling the largest military aircraft. What makes this even more significant is Turkey's complicated relationship with NATO. The base has been threatened with closure multiple times. Look at this. You can see individual buildings in nearby Adana, but the entire air base is completely obscured. Number 12. Australia's secret signals station. How in the world did a massive American surveillance facility in the Australian outback stay hidden? Back in 1966, the United States and Australia jointly established Pine Gap, located 11 miles from Alice Springs. This intelligence facility covers approximately 2.3 square miles and is one of the most important ground stations for American spy satellites. It's operated jointly by the CIA, NSA, and Australian intelligence, with approximately 1,000 personnel on site. In fact, Pine Gap intercepts communications and telemetry data from satellites and missile tests across the Asia-Pacific region. The facility features numerous satellite dishes and distinctive white radomes spread across the desert. Despite being over 200 miles from the nearest major city, Pine Gap was heavily censored on Google Maps for years. Number 13. The Belgian NATO mystery. What's this heavily censored area doing in Belgium? SHAPE, the supreme headquarters Allied Powers Europe, is located in Casto, Belgium. This 250-acre facility serves as the operational headquarters for NATO, coordinating military operations across 31 member nations. The headquarters, established in 1967, employs over 6,000 military and civilian personnel from all NATO countries. In fact, SHAPE coordinates operations affecting over 3.5 million active military personnel across the alliance. The complex includes underground command centers and crisis management rooms that operate 24/7. For a facility on Belgian soil but operating under international military law, the security measures extend into the digital realm. But here's the thing. Nearby homes also appear blurred simply because they're too close to the perimeter. Number 14. Greece's military labyrinth. What's this massive blurred area doing in Athens? The Greek military has censored numerous installations, but the Penteli transmission station near Athens is among the most heavily obscured. This communications facility, covering approximately 50 acres, serves as a critical intelligence hub. Built during the 1960s, the facility includes dozens of antenna arrays monitoring communications across the Mediterranean. In fact, the station coordinates with NATO surveillance operations. What makes this interesting is that Athens is one of Europe's most photographed cities, with the Acropolis visible in stunning detail. Yet this modern facility remains completely pixelated. The facility sits just 12 miles from downtown Athens, making it one of the most censored locations in a major European capital. Number 15. The French intelligence factory. What if I told you that France's primary intelligence agency headquarters was digitally erased from Paris? The DGSE, France's equivalent to the CIA, operates from a large complex in Paris's 20th arrondissement. This facility, covering approximately 37 acres, was heavily blurred on Google Maps for years. In fact, the DGSE employs over 6,500 intelligence officers, making it one of Europe's largest intelligence agencies. The complex, known as La Piscine, due to being built on a former pool site, was constructed in the 1960s. What makes this unusual is its location, surrounded by ordinary Parisian apartments and schools, all visible in clear detail, while intelligence headquarters appeared as a blur. The building reaches 13 stories high and includes underground levels for sensitive operations. Number 16. Spain's Royal Privacy Shield. Have you ever imagined a vacation home so exclusive that it disappears from maps? The Royal Palace of Zarzuela, located outside Madrid, serves as the primary residence of the Spanish royal family. This 20,000 square meter palace sits on a 70-acre estate that was almost entirely blurred on Google Maps until recently. Built in the 17th century, the palace has served as King Felipe II's official residence since 2014. What's more, the estate includes separate residences for extended family members, covering an area larger than 15 football fields. Despite being in a constitutional monarchy, the Spanish government requested censorship for security reasons. You could see nearby hiking trails and farms in perfect detail, while the the royal estate remained a blur. Number 17. The Netherlands oil mystery. What's this heavily censored industrial complex doing in the Netherlands? The Vlissingen oil refinery processes approximately 140,000 barrels of crude oil daily. But here's where it gets interesting. This facility has been partially blurred despite being in one of the world's most transparent countries. Located on the Scheldt River, the refinery covers 247 acres and has been operational since 1973. What makes this unusual is that nearby residential areas appear in crystal clear detail, yet the refinery remains obscured. In fact, the facility provides fuel for much of northwestern Europe and employs over 400 workers. The refinery can store up to 1.5 million cubic meters of crude oil. Look at this. You can see individual cars in nearby parking lots, but the refinery's storage tanks are completely pixelated. Number 18. The Gruinard Poison Island. Have you ever imagined an island so contaminated that it remains dangerous 70 years later? Gruinard Island, this small Scottish island, measuring just 1.2 miles long and 0.6 miles wide, was the site of British biological warfare testing during World War II. In 1942, scientists released anthrax spores across the island. For the next 48 years, the island remained under strict quarantine. It wasn't until 1990, after 280 tons of formaldehyde solution was sprayed across every square meter, that the island was declared safe. The decontamination cost $500,000, over $2 million in today's money. Despite being officially cleared, Google Maps kept the island heavily obscured for years. Can you imagine a place so poisoned that nature itself still avoids it? Number 19. America's desert test site. What if I told you about land larger than Rhode Island dedicated to nuclear testing? The Nevada National Security Site covers 1,360 square miles of desert north of Las Vegas. Between 1951 and 1992, over 1,000 nuclear tests were conducted here, 928 underground and 100 atmospheric. In fact, the total explosive yield exceeds 37 megatons, roughly equivalent to 2,470 Hiroshima bombs. The site includes Sedan Crater, created by a 104 kiloton explosion in 1962, measuring 1,280 feet wide and 320 feet deep. What's more, approximately 300 square miles remain too contaminated for unrestricted access. Despite testing ceasing decades ago, certain sections remain heavily censored on Google Maps. For the estimated 3,000 workers currently employed here, their workplace is a landscape scarred by nuclear history. Number 20. The Dutch Royal Bunker. What's this underground complex doing beneath The Hague? During the Cold War, Dutch authorities constructed a massive nuclear bunker beneath the government district. This facility, covering approximately 43,000 square feet, remains operational, though its exact layout has never been publicly disclosed. Built in the 1960s during peak Cold War tensions, the bunker can accommodate several hundred people and includes ventilation systems designed to filter radioactive fallout. In fact, the complex connects to multiple government buildings through underground tunnels. What makes this remarkable is that The Hague is home to both the Dutch Parliament and numerous international courts. For decades, entrance points connected to the bunker were blurred on Google Maps. Can you imagine entire streets appearing normal while directly beneath lies a Cold War relic? So there you have it, 20 places that someone decided you shouldn't see clearly from your screen. From nuclear facilities that shaped the Cold War to modern intelligence agencies in major cities, these censored locations remind us that even in our digital age, secrets still exist. What's fascinating is how these blurred zones tell their own story. The very act of censoring something on Google Maps draws attention to it, turning ordinary facilities into subjects of speculation. In trying to hide these places, authorities have actually made them more interesting. Whether it's for national security, royal privacy, or military operations, these digital blind spots reveal the ongoing tension between transparency and security. As satellite technology becomes more advanced, this battle will only intensify. Thanks for joining me on this journey through hidden corners of Google Maps. If you enjoyed this, check out our video on secret underground cities you never knew existed. Which location surprised you most? Are there other censored areas you've discovered? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss our explorations of the world's most fascinating places. Until next time, keep looking closer, because sometimes what's hidden is more interesting than what's in plain sight.